So my opening remark would be that relative to the governor's meetings, my view would be that if we continue to use the framework which has been used on 7 successful budgets, why we'll be able to finish our work and do a budget. So on 7 occasions, the legislature and the governor have come to an agreement on a budget following a solid framework. If we do that again, we'll be able to finalize a budget.
What about that framework has been so successful, and what makes you think the governor is going to sign on to it?
Well, I would hope he would. I think it's helpful in any activity that you model yourself after successful activities. So if something works, why not do it again?
Well, the governor says, oh, I've looked 20 or 30 years, I can't find a balanced budget. Well, what is it about this framework you talk about that makes it a success that can work in 2016?
Well, it's worked in the past. It's worked over the last 2 years. That's why I would recommend it.
Speaker, it's not just the governor saying that there haven't been balanced budgets for decades. The Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago also saying that they can't find balanced budgets. So
Sure.
how do you fix that problem?
That's why I've spent 2 years stating that the number one problem affecting the government of the state of Illinois is the budget deficit problem. Now, that's my position. Some people disagree with me, but I know you've followed what I've been saying over 2 years, and I've said it rather consistently.
Your framework means none of these other items the governor has included,
My framework means what we've done 7 successful times.
which didn't have those items attached.
We can give you a document that would set out all of those successful
Why participate
budgets.
in these meetings, though, if he continues to bring up these turnaround agenda items and you think that they should not be considered as part of the budget?
I came here at the request of the governor. That's why I'm here today, at the request of the governor.
But President Cullerton talked about coming back with counter proposals on workers' comp and some of these other issues. I mean, that seems to like he's entertaining the idea of other issues besides the budget.
That's what happened today. Did Senator Cullerton make a statement to that effect?
That was my understanding. He said they were
What'd
going
he
to be
say?
coming back with counter proposals on some of these issues.
Sure. That's fine. That's fine.
Speaker, I'm already getting emails in my inbox about your leadership and Republicans trying to, it seems, make an issue of rank and file Democrats voting for you to be Speaker in the 100th General Assembly. Are you going to run again for that position? And what do you make of those that say that are making an issue, as they did in the campaign, frankly, of
Sure. Yeah.
continuing to support you?
But that was a Republican position in the campaigns, and I would point to 8 legislative districts plus Mendoza, where that argument was used and the Democrats won. And as you probably know, I've been talking to the Democratic members of the House, and I have overwhelming support to be reelected as the Speaker.
What do you say to some of the Democrats in your caucus who say that, the governor has a turnaround agenda? We've seen that for 2 years. Where's the Democrats' agenda
The Democrats in the House caucus are very familiar with the governor's positions, and they're not prepared to support the governor's positions.
Where's the plan from leadership in the House for Democrats?
The plan is to work cooperatively with all the members of the House, Democrats and Republicans, take ideas, render a judgment as to whether an idea is a good idea, a bad idea, and then move it through the legislative process. Again, number one problem affecting the government of the state of Illinois is the budget deficit problem. We have done 7 budgets over the last 2 years, following a certain framework. If we do it again, we can do an 8th budget.
But that's not going to be a balanced budget. That's going to be more deficit spending.
It's within the wherewithal of the participants in this process to have a balanced budget.
Speaker, do you hope to have a lame duck session, or what are your thoughts on that? And is that a key opportunity, given that there will be quote-unquote lame ducks to pass tax hike or other controversial bills?
Well, the governor has spoken at length about a lame duck tax increase. And so I think it's very interesting. I think that we ought to listen to the governor and work with the governor, and that's what I plan to do.
Well, Mr. Cullerton said that it's possible that maybe there'd be pension reform or some of these other elements that are being discussed, the reforms done yet this week or in a lame duck session. I'm wondering if everybody in that room has had the same goal. We're not hearing some of these things from you, that perhaps some of these reforms can be done before the new General Assembly is sworn in.
You're talking about proposed changes in workers' compensation.
That's
and
one of the things that Mr.
pensions.
Cullerton talked about.
Correct. And you'll recall through the spring, the governor sponsored working groups. And you'll also recall that I sent House Democratic members to every working group meeting. I made sure that they were very high-quality representatives. I got reports from every working group meeting that happened through the spring. So House Democrats have been full participants in the process.
So you agree with Senator Cullerton, President Cullerton, that this can all get done? Someday?
Senator Cullerton can speak for himself, and I'll speak for myself.
Susana Mendoza is going to be sworn in next week. How are you going to encourage her to prioritize payments differently than Leslie Munger did?
I don't plan to become involved in that process. I'm not the elected comptroller, I'm the Speaker of the House.
You're
Mike
not-
Madigan has to say it.
Are you going to consult with her at all? on prioritizing these
I don't plan to, let's be very clear about this. I don't plan to be a participant in the operations of the comptroller's office. I didn't seek that office. I don't hold that office. Susana Mendoza will be the comptroller, and she'll conduct the affairs of the office.
All right, thanks, everybody, I think, huh? Thanks.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Greg, did you want to say anything?